So today we are playing the Reaper, and we have an awesome, super fun Rainbow Badge run today, which involves a Staff of Fire and a Cauldron to go turbo nuts just like this. But we have scaled up our damage here significantly, 101 damage, 115. Massive damage here. But hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some rank imps with the Reaper and see just what I can do today. Rainbow Badge. Hell yeah, let's take it and let the chaos unfold and see what we can do today with this craziness. That being said, might as well take a custom card here, be super greedy, and seeing what other sort of craziness we can get up to. Now we've got 2 gold left and we are going to be losing this first round, that is for sure, because we have a wooden sword and a flight Garrick, but we'll see how this goes. Can we beat this Berserker? They only have a broom here, but they do have damage mitigation. They also have some spikes. We need to live till we get our buffs here. And unfortunately, just as it popped, we also popped. We actually got a magic staff right here, which is kind of nuts, you know? So we're going to be taking a magic staff. We also got a short bow. We can also go poison gooberts. Should we take that short bow? I think we just move on for now. Magic staff on round 3. Basically, we craft this up on around round 3. We have a magic staff. I think that's the fastest I've ever had magic staff, to be honest, which is kind of crazy. We're also going to die here. Actually, are we? No, surprisingly. Just pausing the video here very quickly just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Our opponent did actually only have a broom and a frying pan with a goobert, so actually maybe, just maybe not that surprising here. Let's go and take a fanny pack. Let's go ahead and add in our banana. That being said, I might roll here looking for a Staff of Fire actually. Okay, this is kind of crazy, no? Staff of Fire already? Is that just straight not nuts? Now we could craft up a torch here. Go for a magic torch. But I think I just want to craft up a burning coal here. That being said, I'm going to sell 1 stone here to roll a little bit, and we could get a platinum customer card here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it. I think we're going to want to take our Draconic Orb. Now, do we take this out so we can have our sword in, because our DPS is going to be pretty low here. Basically, we deal about 3.9 DPS, and after 10 seconds, we should deal about 39 damage. And our health right now is 45. Now, we do stack up some poison here, which is not too bad. We kind of want to add in our sword, which means I might keep it this way so we have the 7% chance to deal that 1 extra damage. And also craft out the burning coal to get 2 heat here. So we're just going to move on. Staff of Fire on the Reaper is going to be nuts now. Go Cauldron, because that gives you heat and mana, which is going to be fantastic. We'll see though. Right now we are having a tough time going up against this Pyromancer. And yeah, unfortunately, very close, but just not enough right now. We got a burning coal. Now we do want to take the leather bag. But I also do want to craft up that Staff of Fire. We take the Staff of Fire this round, we are going to lose though. We need 1 set of blueberries here. 1 set of blueberries and we go turbo nuts. So I think I'm going to take the leather bag and I'm going to be taking the health pot here. I'm going to roll once and there's that blueberries, which is going to be super fantastic. Now do we craft up a mana potion here? If we're going Cauldron here, we could potentially get a big burst of mana straight away. So I'm actually thinking about crafting that up here. We're going to have our setup to be like this. And yeah, we could also take the Corrupted Crystal here, go Pandemonium. Or we could take this and go for Mr. Struggles here, because that is a corrupted item, it's a dark item. And it is really good with fatigue. But right now, can we beat this Ranger? It's going to be close. But yeah, smashing here. They didn't really have a super awesome setup. They just had 3 piggy banks. Another customer card, which is kind of nuts here as well. But let's go ahead and take our Draconic Orb for now. That being said, I'm going to roll. Deck of cards could be nice. We could get a Rube Chunk here. We could very well easily get a Rube Chunk. We could also take the armor to go for a Sun Armor or a Holy Armor here. Now I'm going to reserve the deck of cards. I'm going to waste 1 more gold roll in here. Okay, we're going to have to take these blueberries, but you are going to need that scaling mana. So I might actually have to sell our customer card here, unfortunately. So we can take this and we can take another flame. And yeah, next round we're going to be getting a card, because that is going to be heat stacking. We can find those Hollow Fire Lizards, which is going to give us heats. First off, Fire. We can find those Darkest Lotus for mana. And we can craft up a Ruby Chunk to scale up our heat as well, while also deal massive damage. And so far, actually kind of smashing here. Let's go ahead and move on. We got our Staff of Fire. Staff of Fire is going to be amazing here. Okay, so I do want a deck of cards. I also want a Capitulins. But for right now, I'm going to be taking this so we can have our bananas in here. Let's go and take our cards and see what sort of card we got. We actually got the Ace of Spades, which does give us a crit, but it is really, really good, but I'm not going to take it. Now, I do also want the Capitulins, so I'm going to take it. I do want that Capitulins, so I'm going to keep it here for now. And I'm actually going to sell our little wooden sword to take a Gloves of Haste here to make our Sapphire here trigger that a little bit faster. We're going to have it set up like this, and yeah, let's just continue on. We do have 1 gold left. I will roll once more. Looking for a chili, which is going to be super fantastic. Okay, so we're solely relying on our Sapphire, so let's go ahead and continue on and see if this is going to be good enough or is it going to be terrible. Now, we are going to begin an axe with a spear. Berserker, they're going to have actually crazy damage output. We do have good bit of heats. We're using up our mana, and right now, yeah, Sapphire is doing crazy, crazy damage. Like it always is. So this is an actual insane high roll right now. So I'm going to be taking another fanny back. I'm going to be wanting to increase the speed even more. And I want to be taking another lumber coal to get that extra heat here. That being said, I do want to take that chili for now. Now I also want to increase the speed of our Sapphire here. So it means we're going to have to move our banana out. But that should honestly be okay. We can have it set up to be something like this, but then we lose the value on our Fly Garrick. That should be okay. We've 1 gold left. I'm going to roll once. And there's the Hollow Fire Lizard, which does give us 4 heats and deals massive damage. Which I'm thinking about taking here. We could also take the Blood Amulet to increase the speed of our Gloves of Haste, but I'm not too interested in it because Vampirism isn't going to work with our Sapphire here. But yeah, let's get our Let's get our Hollow Fire Lizard. Couldn't even speak there for a second. We're stacking up tremendous amounts of heats. But the mana is coming in a little bit late, so unfortunately, our opponent's Sapphire outstaffed our fire. If that makes sense. But anyway, let's go ahead and choose our subclasses right now. I'm thinking heavily about going Cauldron because this gives us mana, gives us heat, and it heals us, which is incredibly, incredibly awesome. We could take Nocturnal Locklifter, which actually could be the play here because that's going to heal up incredible amounts. Weapon steal 25% of the damage they deal. So if this deals 100 damage, we heal back for 25 HP. Which is kind of interesting, but still doesn't work with Vampirism. It only works given that life steal on her. Mr. Struggles could be ideal to stack up some buffs here, but we kind of want to stack up heat and mana, which is perfect with Cauldron. We could also just go Curse Dagger here to be given that crit chance on Sapphire, but yeah, we could take the snake here just to give us some accuracy, but also increase our max HP so we can have that chance to inflict this scale up, which is kind of nice, but I think we're just going to go Cauldron here. Yeah, straight up. And craft up that strong mana potion. I do want to get this Hollow Fire Lizard, which means I'm going to keep this cap for now like this, because I'm going to be wanting to buy some storage, so let's go ahead and roll. Now we could add in a fancy rapier, just for that little bit of extra damage. What you might do. So with that being said, we kind of have to sort our inventory out right now. And I do want to increase the speed of our Cauldron with our gloves. So we might actually even remove our Fly Garrick. We're going to have our deck of cards in like this. We'll keep our Rainbow Badge in. Let's add in our coal. I'm going to sell our Fly Garrick. Let's move on. Save our golds. Fancy rapier is not going to be super insane or anything like that, but it is more damage, and what our stamina cost, I'm assuming we could... What our stamina cost, I'm assuming that we can fit it in because our stamina is not too bad here. But unfortunately, yeah. Just not keeping up with that meta build. Can we afford to take it right now? Honestly, I don't know if we can actually afford to take it right now, so I think I might actually have to let go over here. Yeah, because we definitely in dire need of storage here. Really, really badly. Let's go ahead and add our helmet. Now we could take some luck. Let's add some flames. Let's go ahead and roll. Cheese from max HP stacking would be kind of awesome. I think right now we're going to make our Cauldron go turbo nuts over in this position, which means we're freeing up all these fanny packs. That being said, I'm going to roll. We could take a fanfare for some mana stacking and some power if that's what we want. I'm going to waste more gold rolling, and I just want to find the Capitulins really, really badly here, because that is going to be super necessary to keep us honestly just alive here. With that being said, we're going to have our setup to be like this. To get a Cauldron to be giving us that mana, because mana is going to be a huge issue for us until we proc our super strong mana potion here, but that is literally locked behind 50% of our HP, so we kind of have to be half dead, or actually, when we use mana. It's not too bad here. We do have to get 2 mana and then it pops, and then it's not too bad. Then we have lots of skeleton here. Yes, some ash in here. We just need to get super tanky right now. Why we get super tanky is by getting a leather armor. Actually kind of nuts here. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and take another helmet. Let's preserve the leather armor and let's go ahead and roll once. And I do want to get a stone skin potion here. That is going to be straight amazing. We can craft up a stone helmet here, which is gonna allow us to be tankier for this first 5 seconds, so we don't get burst down immediately. Right now our DPS here, yeah, it's just crazy. Compared to the Serpent Staff here, the Staff Fire 44 DPS is just insane. We just need to get tanky right now because we're gonna have all the damage we're ever gonna need. Okay, so we do want this leather armor, but I think we're gonna take the stone skin potion for now. Now we could actually craft up a strong stone skin potion, but I think we want that stone helmet here first. Let's go ahead and take our leather armor. Let's go ahead and roll another cheese in our shop. And we could also go Phoenix here to keep us alive, but I don't exactly want to take that either. So I'm going to roll again. And we could take a White Eyes Blue Dragon, be flicking that Frost. Frost is giving us some armor, but I'm not going to take that either. Definitely want another one of these potions here. There's the Fancy Fencing Rapier back on sale, which is kind of turbo nuts in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to craft up our stone helmet here now. But honestly, we could have multiple uses for these stone skin potions. They're going to be insane because we could craft up stone armor, we could craft up a strong stone skin potion, which is going to be nuts. Now we could craft up another mana potion. Do we even want another mana potion? I genuinely don't think so. I think this is just going to be enough mana, especially with the Cauldron here, because we could roll mana, which is going to be nuts. Now we could also take the carrots here to be cleansing some debuffs. That's something we actually want. Not particularly. We just roll on like this. Now we do want to fit in our leather armor, which is sitting in our inventory, but we are lacking the space for it right now. We have tons of heat. We have tons of mana. We should be able to smash down our opponent here. Yeah. Turbo nuts. Really insane. We got our stone helmet. Let's go ahead and switch this around and take another stone skin potion, which is going to be amazing. We could take a rogue potion. Not going to be taking it. And we could also take the Hollow Fire Lizard. But first of all, we're going to be taking our stun attack. We're going to reserve the next Hollow Fire Lizard, and I'm going to roll once more, looking for that little bit of storage here. And then unfortunately, we could take out our banana for now. It does slow down our Cauldron here, but our stamina shouldn't be a bit of a problem here by taking out the banana. So I think we're good like this. Now we could take the ruby egg, craft up a ruby chunk, which would be fantastic actually. So I'm going to do that. But we have a lot of items we want to fit in, but not the storage here. Not like our opponent's backpack here, which is full of stuff here. Now the Art of Dark Lantern here. So they're going to have that invulnerability for the first 2 seconds once we take them out. And it was looking pretty rough there, but we still managed to get a hit here. That accuracy down, kind of rough, but we still had 6 luck, which is not too bad here. We got our stone helmet. We could take another mana orb. Spike Color is going to be basically useless. So I think I'm going to take the Hollow Fire Lizard. And I do want to take the ruby egg, but I'm going to roll here looking for some storage, which is going to be super fantastic. That being said, I'm going to make our Cauldron go that a little bit faster again. Okay, so we managed to get our setup to be like this. We have our Cauldron in 2 fanny packs now. Taking in Gloves of Haste. We have 2 Hollow Fire Lizards in, so we should get enough heat now forever for our Staff of Fire to scale up. Heat is not going to matter too much. Mana is still going to be a bit of an issue here. Especially that first initial mana usage here, because it does take that a little bit to get that mana. So maybe we should have took a mana orb here, but can we take the lump of coal? I think we're going to take it here. Craft up another burn coal, and I'm going to roll. And I'm going to roll again. Okay, we're going to have to take the stone skin potion. The longer we leave this egg in the shop, the less valuable it is, because we are going to be honestly getting a little bit weaker. Now we are going to be getting a massive burst damage here, but that's why we have these stone helmets. This is going to be super awesome for the first 5 seconds as we scale up our damage. Once we have our damage scaled up here, Staff Fire is just going to delete our opponent. Yeah. It's just that insane. Removing both these lumps of coal because we're going to have to take these Gloves of Haste. And I'm not entirely sure if we can actually take this ruby egg. I don't think it's going to be as valuable here. say one of these potions. Let's go ahead and take tiny storage. Yeah, so unfortunately I'm going to let it go. There's a mana orb which we could take to try and get that mana from the very beginning. We could also take another Hollow Fire Lizard. If we really want another Hollow Fire Lizard, we can take it right now. It is on sale for 3. I'd also love to have this, not crafting up into Gloves of Power or anything like that, but into a Stone Skin Potion. So we're going to have it this way, unfortunately. So once this pops, it's going to give us some armor, but I'd actually rather have it the other way around. They pop and give us some mana. That being said, do we take the Hollow Fire Lizard or do we sell our banana and one flame here? To actually take a mana orb here. Mana orb would be pretty decent. Just to start our scaling here. I think I'm just going to roll here. Definitely want another stamina sack. And roll once more. Some more blueberries. Actually, I'm going to take the blueberries. Sell our banana. And I might remove something here. Like one flame. And yeah, let's move on. Now we could actually take Draconic Orb here. Which we probably should have took because we have the potential to scale up 15 heats here. Probably not since we added in our Gloves of Haste. It really depends on our Cauldron here. But so far it's looking pretty decent. Now we are using it up crazily. And we are smashing down our opponent here. But it is going to be close. But we still managed to get there just at the end here. And we survived 2 lives left here. But I genuinely think as long as we get tanky here, our Staff of Fire can carry us significantly. With that being said, I'm going to be taking a Potion Belt here. I'm going to slot it in over here for now so we can have this. Give us that armor or we can get that mana from the very beginning. I think I'm going to get the mana. Which means I'm going to be getting our Stone Skin Potion. Which is going to give us a ton of armor. Now we could take a Corrupted Crystal. I don't think we exactly want that. So I'm going to take another Stamina Sack and I think we're just going to add in 2 flames for now. I think we move on. We'll see how this goes. We should get a big burst of mana from the very beginning. We should have our heat from the very beginning. And yeah, right now, this should be insane. We'll see though, once their opponent is in Battle Rage, they're going to be taking... They're basically immortal with 2 Badger Runes. Actually, that's kind of crazy. But we have scaled up our damage here significantly. 101 damage, 115. Massive damage here. 120 DPS, by the way. This is just... insane. Literally. We've got our next Stone Skin Potion. I'm going to be rolling. Another gloves here. Can we actually take these gloves? Hell yeah, I'm going to be taking it. I'm going to be rolling. And Acorn Collar for crit chance on top of it. Tell me this is not the most nuts thing you've ever seen. This is just crazy build. Staff of Fire on the Reaper is just nuts here. Let's take our Acorn Collar. Now we have only 2 looks, so it's only an extra 10% crit chance, but it is crit chance all the same. We find one way to stack up some luck here, and we are going to go crazy. And we could also take the Glowing Crown here to get vulnerability, while also cleansing some blind. Should we actually take that? I'm not going to take it. Now that could be our biggest downfall here. By not taking it, we're just going to be moving on. Now we should have actually moved these blueberries. These blueberries are in a terrible position, by the way. We do have 200 armor. We are run through our buffs here pretty quickly because they do have 2 caps of resilience. And actually, yeah. Unfortunately, that blind, yeah, we definitely should have took a way to get rid of that blind. One way to get rid of that blind is by taking a Holy Armor craft now into Moon Shield, which would be nice. Or Moon Armor. Let's go ahead and take Leather Armor for now. Let's go ahead and roll. Definitely want to add this in. Now we could also take Darkest Lotus to give us some mana generation. We're going to add these in here for now. 3 go left, I'm going to roll. Acorn Collar, not going to be taken. Going to be continued rolling to be wanting White Eyes Blue Dragon. Does inflict that frost, it does give us a ton of armor. We can also take the Shield of Valor, place it over here, get more armor, but I'm not going to be taking it for now. And yeah, actually, we could take the Flute here to get some luck scaling, if that's what we want. It does give us that crit chance. I think we are going to take it. I think we're just going to move on for now. We'll see. Can we take on the big ball of treats here? With 4 Gooberts. Which is kind of insane, but massive damage. Yeah, and it's already over. Just straight up nuts. Okay, there's that armor. So I might actually replace one of the leather armors here. To take a Holy Armor. We could craft up a sun armor, but I don't exactly want to do that. We don't have a bunch of flames to be putting around it, so I'm not going to be taking that. Also, we still haven't moved up one singular blueberry in the wild here, which is kind of nuts. So with that being said, I'm actually going to move this over here and let's sell this one flame so we can roll once more, and unfortunately, we just have to move on. We could also take the bird. The bird would actually be insane because it would make our staff right here trigger that much faster. Every time it procs, it triggers faster and faster. But we'll see. Now we are going to begin. Bloodthorn Shaman. They've scaled up so much max HP because of 2 hard containers here. But that's not going to matter. And actually, we survived with 2 lives left here. Let's have a quick DPS check here. 111 DPS. And by the end of it, 111 DPS with a 55% crit chance. The Cauldron, with the Staff Fire, with the Rainbow Badge. The Rainbow Badge definitely created an awesome, super fantastic build today. Especially with 2 stone helmets, keep us alive as we scale up our damage. Overall, fantastic build. Super awesome. We survived 2 lives left. Let's go and see how much rank points we got. Plus 11. Super amazing. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you keep looking for the next one. See you next time.